guys, how you doing? Just want to do a quick video about my boy Dave Ramsey. I don't really like Dave Ramsey. I don't agree with a lot of the things he says. I know he doesn't care because who am I? I mean, he's obviously a multi-millionaire and I'm just a lowly YouTuber who, tries to do okay things. I want to talk today about the dangers of even sort of the best influencers and how, we're just not always right and we can only know so much and this video in particular, I hope you can hear the audio, but if not, you'll be able to see what he's saying, has him getting involved with on his radio show with a Canadian, and he's just totally misinformed. And this clip is going on and got, way more views than any one of my videos has ever got for sure. And, this is just giving misinformation to Americans and Canadians alike about how our system actually works. It's completely wrong. So that drives me absolutely crazy. The fact that he would allow this to go out after somebody fact-checked that it was completely wrong just makes my blood boil. Like, that just shouldn't be out there. I find it very dangerous. That's why, if we do make mistakes, well, one, if it's just not fixable, it's like a terrible mistake, I'm just going to delete the video immediately so nobody watches it. Thankfully, I don't get that many views, so it's not like it's going to have a big negative impact. The other thing that I would do if I made a mistake that, I can't quite edit out is just write in the comments, like, there was a mistake here. But let's watch this video with old Davey boy and see how he's wrong and why I think this is dangerous.
Did you just say Canadian capital gains is 66%?
It's 66% now. They just passed that.
2/3. So if you make
So it really makes no
$100,000, your government takes $66,000.
Basically, yeah.
I can't breathe.
You can't breathe.
I can't either. So that's the problem is there's no point really selling them if we're not going to gain a lot of money back. But
no, it's kind of like you're giving it all to the government. It's a
Basically,
disincentive to sell. Cue the make fun of Canada jokes.
Cue
Okay,
those
but
hilarious
wow.
make fun of Canada jokes.
Ouch.
Yeah, you guys are
I'm
crushing
sorry,
it.
man. That changes everything.
All right. So the government had talked about having a higher capital gains inclusion rate on, capital gains that were in excess of $250,000. It has not gone into play, and neither one of the governments that we're working with today is actually going to table this increase in the capital gains inclusion rate. But this guy, I believe was from Toronto, called in and was talking about selling his place, and there was going to be $100,000 capital gain on it, and he thought that meant that he was going to be impacted by this new change, and that 66.6% thing meant that that's what he was taxed, was 66.6%. That is absolutely, categorically false. That is not how it works at all. How it works, and so get this 66.6% number out of your head, because it is still 50% on any capital gain. And what that means is if you have a capital gain that is $100,000, you bought a cottage for $100,000, you sold it for $200,000 after realtor fees and profited exactly $100,000. Doesn't matter how long you owned it, $100,000, then you are going to be taxed on 50% of that. That's what the capital gains inclusion rate is. So on top of the income that you made in that year, we're going to add 50% of the capital gain onto that, and you're going to owe tax on that at your marginal tax rate. If you have very little other income and you sell, then this tax bill is going to be very minimal. If you're making a ton of money or you have a gigantic capital gain or whatever, yeah, the taxes are going to be higher, but they're never even remotely near 50% or 66%. It's not even close. That's the capital gains inclusion rate is there to make investors choose to invest in companies that are trying to grow or investing in real estate that's trying to grow and all of the above. And that is the reason why the tax is lower for capital gains rather than just general income, because they are rewarding us for taking a risk. Dave Ramsey is wrong on this one. I probably wouldn't watch an American for Canadian stuff. Just my 2 cents. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys are well, and we'll chat soon. Cheers.